4 weeks left in the UFL season. 4 playoff spots still need to be claimed, and 6 teams all still fighting. It's week 7 of the UFL season, and it is time to figure out who's going to win this week and continue their climb towards the playoffs. Before I dive right into it, I want to quickly say if you are new, subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. Leave a like and comment down below your thoughts for week 7 and who you have winning. Now let's get right into it. We kick things off Friday night at 8 p.m. EST as the DC Defenders make the trip to San Antonio looking for revenge. The last time these two teams played against each other, the Brahmas got an upset win, in large part thanks to special teams and defense. This time, the Defenders are looking to bounce back after a very bad loss against the Panthers, game that they got absolutely killed in, and I feel bad for the Brahmas as they're probably going to do the same to them in this one. You're probably no one surprised, I do have the Defenders winning this game for the simple fact that the Brahmas the past two and a half weeks have yet to move the ball any kind of effectively. They have scored no touchdowns in the past 2.5 weeks. They have put up 6 points in the past 2.5 weeks. It has not been a great showing for the Brahmas so far this season. Meanwhile, DC, they're looking to bounce back, and they're one of the better teams in the UFL this season. That defense is a really good defense, despite what it showed last week. That offense is a really effective offense, despite what it showed last week. This is a team that is a much better team, going to probably handle business, as again, the only reason the Brahmas really beat DC the first time was because of an uncharacteristic punt return that the Defenders gave up. So with everything being said, I have the Defenders not only winning this game, but demolishing this game. Next up, what is probably game of the week, as Saturday at 1 p.m. EST, the Michigan Panthers make the trip to play the Arlington Renegades. Arlington looking to bounce back after a really bad loss to St. Louis last week, a game that the defense did their job to perfection, but the offense was held in check to perfection as well. The Panthers are looking to keep on just building what they have been. They're one of the best teams in the league. To me, they are the best team. Bryce Perkins is the MVP at this point, definitely the top MVP candidate. That was a great showing against a great DC defense. And Arlington, they've lost 2 straight. They're starting to slow down a bit, it seems. But they're still a really good team. That's why this is game of the week. It's going to be really interesting to see how these two teams play against each other. It's going to be in Arlington, which might play a factor here a little bit. But nonetheless, Bryce Perkins is the full-time starter still. He is continuing to play some really, really damn good football. The past 2, maybe 3 weeks have been near perfect football from Bryce Perkins. So I do have the Panthers winning this game. The combination of Bryce Perkins being able to make plays with his legs and his arm and being able to avoid taking sacks and be able to break tackles and stiff arm, on top of what Toa Tau was able to do in the backfield, on top of what Nate McCrary can do as a running back too, and with the receiving weapons that they have. Getting Samson Nakua back after he dealt with a 1-game suspension. Not to say he is this all difference maker, but it's just another weapon that this Michigan team is going to have. So give me the Panthers winning this game. To start things off on Sunday at noon EST, the Houston Roughnecks begin a very tough stretch of their schedule as they're on the road to play the Birmingham Stallions. This is a very interesting game. Another game of the week contender, though probably not for me, as I expect this to be more of a lower scoring affair that is very defensive focused. Both of these teams have kind of been leaning on the defense a tiny bit, but it's more so been the offense that they're kind of hoping to step up a bit. For Houston, they have. For Birmingham, they have had. The past 2 first halves of weeks have not been the greatest for this Birmingham offense, but the second halves have definitely been better. Meanwhile, Houston, the past 4 weeks, have been playing better as a team and as a whole, especially on the offensive side of the ball, with Jalen McClendon coming in and doing a really damn good job at quarterback. I believe the starting quarterback for Birmingham is still going to be Case Cookus. Though again, the quarterback room is dealing with a bunch of injuries right now, so who really knows? But again, they still have one of the better defenses in the league, especially in the front 7. And they still have a really damn good running room. So if they need to, they can run the ball. Even though they haven't really shown it yet in these past 4 weeks, this Houston run defense isn't as good as it has seemed. Because again, they've been playing against some weak teams the past 4 weeks. It's a really tough test. As much as I want to say Houston gets the upset and really puts a stamp in this really weird season for Birmingham, I need to see it first. So I have the Stallions winning this game. It's going to be a really weird game. Probably not a fun one to watch unless you like chaos and potentially seeing the Roughnecks win. Definitely can be able to keep it close. But nonetheless, it's in Birmingham. I have to lean the Stallions there. So yeah, give me the Stallions to win. To wrap up Week 7 at 3 p.m. EST, the St. Louis Battlehawks make the trip to play the Memphis Showboats. Memphis is a pretty interesting team the past 2 weeks. Since Justin Williams got behind center, their passing game is looking a little bit better. When Wes Hills arrived last week for that ground game, he started to make it look a little bit better. And then defense, the past 2 weeks have been making a lot more key stops. So all around, this Memphis team is starting to become a sneaky team to upset other teams. St. Louis did not have the greatest of showings last week, so maybe there's some doubt in there, but not for me. St. Louis does not need to win games by 20, 30 points for me to be confident in them. They have shown both this season, last season, and the last iteration of the XFL, in the 2020 version of the XFL. This St. Louis team does not care how they win. As long as they win games, it's going to be by their style and on their terms. It's a very interesting way, and it does lead me to saying I have the Battlehawks winning this game. Max Duggan didn't play the greatest of games last week, but he played a really good game against Michigan. If you find the middle ground, they'll be just fine. The ground game is going to put up over 100 yards. The question is it just barely over 100 or more so close to that 150, 160 mark? And that is a big difference in that style. The defense is going to make you earn every single yard. And this is the Memphis team. Well, yes, they had a good showing against Birmingham and a good showing against Houston. Both of those teams do not have the same level of defense that St. Louis has. So have the Battlehawks winning this game handedly in a good way to end Week 7. Okay, so there you have it. My predictions for Week 7 of the UFL season. Like I've been saying during the live streams during Week 6, I will not be live for any of these games. But for the rest of the season afterwards, I will be live for every single UFL game. So if that's something you might be interested in, stick around, come by. It would be greatly appreciated. Subscribe, leave a like, you know the whole drill. Have yourselves a damn good one. I'll see you all next time. Peace.